Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming. I'm just getting ready to figure out what I want to do, how many months I want to keep my apartment that I have now. I'm leaning towards just 2 months. The reason for that, like I said, I have to. I don't know what happened there. Let me do this again. I'm going to have to make that decision soon. My lease runs out the end of February, so I'm going to have to. All right, there it goes. And let's see here. All right, everybody. I just wanted to get the message pinned so anybody that wants to come up, no matter which way they're watching, that can come up. I'm leaning towards just extending my lease through March and April, uh, but I'm still not planning on coming until late May or June. Uh, the reason is they really jacked up my rent starting in March, so I think it'd be more advantageous to try to get out of my apartment by the end of April. Uh, but I may change my mind. But yeah, they jacked my rent up by 1/3. In other words, divide my rent what I'm paying now by three, and then add that to the rent. So it really takes it up. I was expecting about $100 a month less than what they're raising, but it is what it is. I still want to, like I said, I still want to get the motorcycle endorsement before I leave. I still, who are you saying happy birthday, Mike? It's not my birthday. Mine's in September. So maybe you're telling Elvie happy birthday. I know hers is coming up real quick. But yeah, like I said, my birthday is not until September. But we're going to make that decision here by, I got to make it by just probably the end of the month or first of next month. Then I got to decide exactly what day I'm going to be flying and try to start making those arrangements. So we're getting down to where I really going to start buckling down and getting ready to go. So anyway, I got Anime Reyes on one of my chats, and over here I got Lorraine and Mike, married to a beautiful woman. Uh, I know I got more than that. I lost some of the chats that I had before, but I got Ivy Gee, Crystal. Uh, this is what I have over here. Go up here. I got Abby Gee, Crystal, Anna Mae, uh, Mike, married to a beautiful woman, Lorraine Praharas. And so, anyway, just trying to. You like seeing this, huh? All right, Mike. But yeah, I don't, it's, like I said, this is here December already, and it still seems like a long time to go until you start thinking about all you have to get done. Uh, it's the money you got to save, which I'm pretty close to what I got to have. Chelsea, how you doing? Thanks for coming. But so yeah, um, we're going to. A friend of mine made a suggestion. I don't know if you guys know about this or not, but I guess I can take a shuttle bus from Albany Airport because I live right outside of Albany, is where I'm living right now. And I can take a shuttle bus for about $80 from Albany Airport down to JFK. Now you say, well, why would I want to pay $80? Well, there are a couple of reasons. One, I can get rid of my car. I don't have to take a train. I don't have to take a bus or anything like that. I mean, the bus, you got to pay for either the train or a bus, or pay somebody else to take you down, buy their gas, in other words. I would never expect so. And maybe you have to go down early enough that you have to stay overnight in a hotel. And it only leaves like, I want to say 11 o'clock in the morning. It only leaves once a day. So I have to check into that and make sure I can take that. And if I can, I'll take that down. Because I will come back here, even though I won't have the apartment in May. I'll come back here and visit some friends. I'll get a hotel room and visit with some friends for a couple of days, and then catch that, sell my car, and then take that bus down. Because a friend will take me to the airport to catch it. And they've offered to let me keep some of my luggage here at their place until I'm ready to go, which is probably what I'll do. But like I said, I'm going to go back to Indiana, visit with my two sisters and my cousins back home. Then I'll come back and visit with my nephew and my brother-in-law, and then come down here and visit with my friends, and their families. I got a brother and sister, good friends of mine, and they have their own families, so I'll visit with them. And then, like I said, I'll go down, catch the plane, and fly to the Philippines. I'm still trying to firm up the dates and all that. Once I have that all firmed up, I'll give you a heads up on a little bit of it. But if you don't catch that, like I said before, my first live stream in the Philippines will be Guess Where I'm At. All right? That'll be the title of my first live stream in the Philippines. And we'll probably do maybe we'll do a contest like Dan did on renaming my channel once I move to the Philippines. I don't know. We'll think about that. Like I said, I'm a small-time vlogger. I'm not looking to get monetized. I don't want to make this a job. And so, I want it to be fun for me. I want it to be hopefully fun for everybody else. So that's the way I look at it. Like I said, you can never say never, because you can change your mind or something may happen. And so, like I said, right now, I really want to just try to enjoy myself. And I was watching, some of you've probably heard of the Filipina P. I was watching her channel today, and she's talking about the reasons why people fail when they go to the Philippines. And she's not necessarily saying everybody goes back to the States or back to where they're from, but maybe they can't make it in the Philippines and they go to like Thailand or Vietnam or somewhere else. And she said a lot of the people she's talked to, especially the ones that have failed, I guess, have never been to the Philippines first, or never been out of country. I think the way she said it, not just the Philippines, but have never been out of their home country. Well, you can't say that about me. I mean, I've been to the Philippines, I've been to Japan, I've been to Taiwan, I've been to China. I've been to 4 different countries. I've 6 if you want to count Canada and Mexico. I really don't count them because they're neighbors. But some people might. Like I said, I've been to Canada a few times, been to Mexico a few times. Although I never really spent the night down in Mexico once or a couple times, but not very often. I spent more time in Canada than I have in Mexico. And I was closer to Mexico for a very long time, but I usually went down, partied, and went back home. I didn't stay the night. That's what because I was in the Navy then. First time I went to Canada, I was in the Navy, but I spent the weekend. And then I've been to Canada a few times from here, and I've spent the weekend or longer at a couple of places. Like I said, I've been to Montreal, I've been to Toronto, I've been to Vancouver. Uh, so I've been to 3 different cities in Canada. So I have experience being like I said, Canada is not that much different, so I don't count it. But like I said, I've been in Japan, I've been in Taiwan, I've been in China itself, I've been in the Philippines. And so I have experienced different places. And so, that's just the way it is, And like I said, when I was in the Navy, I was in Hong Kong, which at that time was under the control of the British. So I have experience being the foreigner. I have experience being in places where English wasn't the main language. Hey, Tim, how you doing, man? I'm going to have to get around to listen to that music video of yours. I haven't done it yet, but I will do it. So like I said, it's just, I think it's for some people, I might be a little bit better prepared as far as the cultural differences. But I'm not going to say I'm prepared for everything because it's been years since I've been to the Philippines, so things are going to have changed. And I was in an area that was heavily influenced by the United States Navy. I was in Subic Bay, and there was a large naval base when I was there. So that is going to be a little different than what I'm going to experience when I go. I understand that. I understand that if I want a Western amenities completely and live like I'm actually in the States, it'll cost me a lot of money. You go live in what they call the bubble in Cebu, which would be IT Park, and so in those areas. I'll give it like I said, I'll give it a check there, Tim, but I just haven't got to it yet. So I do plan on doing it. But yeah, it's but like I said, there's a kind of a anticipation, and you might even say a nervous anticipation, but not a apprehension. Apprehension means you're kind of not sure. You're I have a nervous anticipation. I'm really looking forward to it, but I am a little nervous. I only think that's normal because it's not that I'm going to go visit with just a visit, just strictly be anticipation. It's the fact that I plan on trying to make it my home. Hey, Cindy, how you doing? Thanks for coming. And so that's where the nervous comes from. Will I be able to make it? And that's to be understandable. Because, like I said, I've never done something like this. Like I said, I've traveled out of the country, but it was always either with the military, even if it was by myself. Like I wasn't that far from home. When I went to China, that was just a 3-week vacation. That was as a civilian, not in the military. And so it wasn't like, I wasn't coming back. I wasn't planning on coming back. I believe it, Tim. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I know what it was like when I was there, but it's not going to be the same. And I was in Subic Bay, which was heavily influenced by the military, the Navy. So you go down there now, it's probably a lot different now than it was when I was there. Well, I know it is because I've seen videos about the place. Some of it would still be similar, but there would be a lot of differences. And to expect it not to change would be ridiculous on my part. I'm not sure if I will visit Subic Bay again. It depends. I'm not against it. It's just right now I'm looking more for a place for me to live. And I'm not sure if Subic's going to be it. I may check it out. But like I said, I want to check out Cebu City first. And I plan on being there at least 3 months. but I also want to check out, and these places I want to check out whether I decide Cebu City's for me or not. Okay. I want to check out Dumaguete and Valencia area. I want to go to Iloilo and Davao and go over to Leyte. And I want to see a couple places over there. I think it's called Marker 44 is where General MacArthur came ashore. I'd like to go see that. I am a little bit of a history buff, not completely, but I do like it. I understand the significance of the World War II and all that, and I do watch videos and stuff on that time frame. So I would like to see that. It's also I want to go up to Manila, but I don't. I already know I don't want to live in Manila. All right, I already know I don't want to live there, but I do want to go up and see the. Hey, Crystal, thanks for coming. I do want to go up and see the graveyard up there. Tim was telling me there's one outside of Clark, so I'd like to go to Clark or Angeles City maybe and visit there. See Tim when I'm there if he's got time, and go visit that graveyard as well. So the Philippines is rich in history, and when I was in Subic Bay, you saw some of the bomb shelters and stuff they had in that area. I'm sure they're not open to anybody anymore. They weren't open back then either. So, but it was on base, so you did see it occasionally. But yeah, it's. I appreciate that, Tim. Like I said, I don't plan on doing much traveling for the first 3 or 4 months. Like I said, I want to get this fixed up. See how much it costs me just to treat it like a staycation in the in Cebu. I mean, and so we'll see how that goes. My second choice right now, if I had to choose a second place, would probably be Sibulan, Sibulan, which is right outside of Dumaguete. And that's cost. I'm looking at cost there. And like I said, I know Dumaguete has a decent hospital, and it's just a short drive from Dumaguete. It's right in that same area. Matter of fact, that is where the Dumaguete Airport's at, is in, however you pronounce it, Sibulan, Sibulan. All right, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but that's where the airport, and I think I do believe that's also where that may not be the airport. That's where the terminal of the port is. I believe is in that area, and the port, not the airport. I mean the seaport. I believe is there, and so that's an area that I would like to check out. But yeah, like I said, I plan on treating. I promised myself minimum I'm going to stay a year, minimum. Because I want to, like, if I don't like the first place I'm at, I want to be able to check another place. I don't want to go in and say, Cebu City is not for me. Philippines suck. I'm leaving. No, because Tim and some of you guys have traveled some inside your own country, and you understand that not every city, even in your own country, is the same. I'm from Indiana. It's not like New York State. There's some similarities, but there's differences. I lived in California. That's not like New York or Indiana. I lived in Washington State Washington State and California is when I was in the Navy, but I also lived in Illinois. I've had friends that live in Pennsylvania. So yeah, there's a lot of similarities, but there's a lot of differences. And just because one place doesn't feel right for you doesn't mean another place won't. That's why I said I want a minimum, give myself a year minimum. Hey Jerry, Good morning, Jerry. Jerry's in the Philippines right now, so it's morning over there. So good morning, everybody in the Philippines. Uh, so hopefully he got to meet one of his YouTube friends, Talks Vlogs. I saw that video. Hang on a minute, Jerry. I don't know why you can't. I'm trying to see which one I'm in. Jerry, that's the cell phone one. And yeah, you should be able to. It's at the top of each chat. And now, Jerry, make sure you're on the right one. If you're on your cell phone, there's two different live streams. Make sure you type on the one that's. No, bring that back. I don't know what I did just there, but there's two phones, two live streams. You got to have the one that has like a picture of the cell phone on it. If you get on the wrong one, it probably won't let you come up. But there's one for just the laptop, my laptop here, and there's another one that's for the cell phone. I don't know why it does that. I really don't. But I don't know what I did there. Something just happened. I have no clue. I was trying to figure something out, but I don't know what I did. But yeah, like I said, if you got the one, if you're on the one that's for your, that has there you go. You figured it out.
Yeah,
You figured it out, man. Thanks.
yeah. I see the two different,
Yeah, there's
the
two
two
different
different,
ones.
two different ones, and that's
Yeah,
what Tim was saying.
yeah. It's the same. It broadcasted two different formats.
Yeah, two different ones. I was
Yeah,
on the. You know how last week the some of the when you had like Michelle live and some of the other ones were on the other one, and then
yeah.
what was it
Well,
last week I
it's
believe?
still that way,
Oh, 2 weeks ago.
but the thing is, when I'm on my laptop, it shows everybody.
Yeah, because
It shows
it's
both chats, but my phones only show the one that I'm on. So
yeah because
if you're using the phone, you have to be on that one to to click to come up.
it's because of the device that you're
Yeah,
on.
yeah. It depends on
It's
your device
Crystal's
which one you need to be on.
Adventures here on the stream and the live stream, I believe.
Yeah, she's on the one with the cell phone.
No, okay. Yeah, I won't see the chat, of course, but I'm here in Pangasinan. I arrived yesterday.
Yeah, well, that's good. So right now, most of them are. For me, it's showing the cell phone, as most of the people are using their cell phone, and
Yeah, let
which
me
is
give this
fine. I mean,
out.
like I said, I don't know why they offered to split it like this. I guess it's supposed to help with you getting more views. So I did it, and we're still working things out. I had it up over here on my left, and I hit hide, and I can't get it back up, and so I have no clue what's going on here, and so it just.
Come on, Aki. Oh, wait.
So how's everything going? Are you having a great time?
This dog is wrapped around. There you go. Yeah, so far so good. Can't complain.
I did see your video on your visit with Tox.
Yeah, I met Tox, and
her
she had
niece.
told me go to, and her nieces. There was one off camera, and then she arrived later, and she told me meet me at this Jollibee, and so I went to the wrong Jollibee. She was at the another Jollibee, and I kept on asking, okay, is this the right one? No, she finally came to the one where I'm at.
Well, okay. Sorry to hear you guys had that problem, but at least you got it worked out.
Yeah, and I was supposed to have met 3 others, but there were no car no shows.
Okay.
Or change the plans or whatever they did. So I said, okay, I ain't gonna worry about it. Can't be crying over spilled milk, and I'm
no.
Yeah, I won't be.
You can only do what you can do, man. You can only try.
Yeah, because I had already mentioned to them, okay, I'm gonna be here between this time and this time.
Yeah.
Like 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So that's the only time frame I'm gonna be there. This is about almost 2 hour jeepney ride from San Pablo, where Tox is, to where I'm at.
Yeah. But like you said, you gave them a nice long time frame, if you ask me.
Yeah, because
didn't you say like a 4 hour, like 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.?
Yeah, because they already knew. Okay, so they live close to San Pablo City, so they know. Okay, if it's whatever bus jeep ride time frame it is, it would take me the same time.
Yeah.
But I know I was glad to have met Talks. Really sweet person in person. Really humble. You know how Dan mentioned that one time or several times in his streams.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really nice. He gave me a whole bunch of gifts.
Yeah.
Gave me some.
I know she gave her quite a few.
Yeah, I gave her the chocolates and.
Oh, I noticed that with almonds. Every one of them had almonds in it.
Yeah, that's her favorite, the almonds.
Yeah, well, I figured that much when everything you gave her had almonds. I mean,
everything, but yeah, and the pistachio.
M&M's almond, and the Kisses with almonds.
Yeah, and the Hershey's Kisses.
I'm talking about the chocolate. All the chocolate had almonds in it.
Yep, the Hershey's Kisses had the almonds, and of course, Almond Joy. I told her, I don't know if she did this or not. I told her, refrigerate the candies before you eat them.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about the M&M if I refrigerate that, but I can understand refrigerating the Almond Joys.
The Almond Joy, and
but
what
you could. When I was in the Navy running the candy store, we called it the G-Dunk. But when I was running it, I would take candy like Snickers and a few others and put them in the freezer.
Oh yeah, that's I told her. Yeah, I told her you can put them in the freezer for like X time frame or in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Just don't forget, if you put them in the freezer, don't forget them, because then it'd be like solid ice.
Well, they get frozen, but I had people that wanted them that way.
Oh yeah, I like them really cold, but not frozen where I have to like a popsicle.
Oh yeah, you gotta have strong teeth to eat those things.
Yeah, no, but hopefully she did that, and of course she loved the pistachios.
Pistachios are good. I don't eat too many nuts anymore. I used to eat quite a few, but I've kind of given it up. I gotta watch.
Yeah.
I gotta cut back on my carbohydrates, and if you only eat a normal serving of nuts, there's usually not a lot of carbohydrates. But I can't just eat that few of the nuts. I have to eat a lot more. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
with you,
no,
Jim. M&Ms don't need refrigeration.
what does it need refrigeration?
He said M&Ms don't need
Okay,
refrigeration.
I've done the peanut ones, the bigger ones,
Yeah,
not the plain. I put them in the refrigerator because I like them cold.
yeah.
But
Uh,
they don't really. But the almond joy, they taste. Some of the candies taste like Snickers.
yeah.
They taste much better cold than they do room temperature.
Hey, Madeline, thank you for coming, Madeline. And although, like I said, I like putting my peanut butter Reese's peanut butter cups in the refrigerator,
Yeah,
and
they,
I,
they
I like
taste.
that way. My
Yeah,
Snickers,
because
I it depends on the Snickers. Refrigeration, okay. Freezer, no.
mm-mm.
But I had guys that like their Snickers frozen too. It's like, man,
Hmm.
just I. But everybody has their own. Oh, by the way, Jerry, in case you can't see the chat, Madeline said hi to you as well.
Oh, hi, Madeline. And this time I'm in Philippines instead of Texas.
Yeah, but
I'm using Wi-Fi. Let me see how far the Wi-Fi can go here.
okay. But
There's too many. I wanted to do a walking video here, Larry, but they told me no because there's too many dogs, stray dogs.
yeah,
See the pump.
yeah,
I want really. There's no bucket. Let me see if there's a
yeah.
bucket here.
There you go. Well, my aunt, who her and her husband lived out in the country. They were farmers, and they had back before indoor plumbing. They had a well that was dug underneath their kitchen, and the pump came right up into the kitchen, so they didn't have to go outside during the winter to pump their water.
Oh, that's
And,
good. That's because it does get cold.
yeah, well, yeah, in Indiana it gets real cold.
Yeah, I
but
don't know if you can. Yeah, it does.
but
I don't
they're
know if you
the
can see in the
they're the
background.
first they're the first persons I know personally that had an indoor
Oh,
bathroom.
wow.
They had it. They had it. Well, he was my uncle Norm was a large farmer. Now my uncle Norm was my aunt Eula's husband. My aunt Eula was my grandmother's sister. So I was blood related to Aunt Eula, but not Uncle Norm.
Mm-hmm.
But he had, they had quite a bit of money. Like I said, he had hundreds of acres of farmland, him and his brother. And so, when the indoor plumbing started becoming, indoor bathrooms started becoming a thing, they took I guess it was probably a pantry or something, and turned it into a bathroom. They spent the money and had it turned into one. So they had the indoor bathroom still had the old outhouse, and so during the summer months when we were out there visiting, a lot of times us kids would just use the outhouse because that's what we were pretty much used to. I can remember living in a house that had both, but we didn't own the house. We rented, and but yeah, but most of the houses I can actually remember we had indoor plumbing. But you got to remember, I was born in the '50s. You know, uh, when it started becoming
Well,
much more common.
I experienced. I was born in the '70s, but I did experience using outhouses. So it's
Oh yeah, the
nothing like
outhouse was
okay.
around for a long time.
It's
I know.
rare now.
I had a friend, uh, and this was in the '60s, late '60s and early '70s. Uh, they had an outhouse as well as an indoor bathroom at their place. Now, where I lived, we didn't have the outhouse. We just had the indoor bathroom at
It's
that
indoor.
time. But I have lived in places that had both, but not at that time. And so, yeah,
One
it's just
adventure.
But like I said, now to go out there during the winter, oh my goodness. And I've had to do that once or twice as a young kid. And that is not fun at all.
Oh no, very cold.
Oh yeah, very, very cold.
Right there.
That's why.
There's two there.
That's why a lot of people had what they called bed pans.
Yeah.
Or bed pots, chamber pots. Chamber pots was the correct term. And for those of you who are wondering, a chamber pot is something you would use at night, so you didn't have to go out to that outhouse, and then in the morning you would go out and dump it. And that's where the old expression, when they were talking about how broke a guy was, he didn't have a pot to pee in. I won't use the other term, but that was an expression saying he was so broke he couldn't even afford a chamber pot. And but yeah, that's where that expression came from.
My grandfather had a. Remember back then there was folders used to have those tin cans.
Had the what?
The coffee tin cans.
Yeah.
The cans made out of tin. I don't know what. They weren't like half a gallon. They were maybe a quart of a quart maybe. I don't know. Yeah. And that's what he used for number one for pee. Yeah. He just do it there. And
yeah, like I said, they take it out. They take it out the next day and pour it out. You know, but you
get out of the noise.
You get up in the middle of the night and have to go, and it's freezing cold out there. A lot of times you had that chamber pot or something else to use, and that's what you did. And the next day you got rid of it. Thankfully, I didn't live during that time frame. At least I don't remember that time frame. Because I have used the outhouses, but very rarely did I have to use it at night. The only time you had to use it at night is if you had to go and somebody else was in the bathroom and you had one.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting, you'd go out and go ahead and do it. That's the only time I ever had to do it. But it was much better during the summer because you didn't believe me.
I just saw this plant. I didn't see it before. It's bougainvillea. Right here.
Yeah.
It's a bougainvillea. Remember Chris and Cebu when he used to walk near the what's the name of the river? The Guadalupe River. There used to be one of these really tall plants.
Yeah.
Bougainvillea. I think it's the same in English that it is in Spanish as well.
Okay. Yeah, I do remember him walking by that river because a lot of times you'd look and it just, if it hadn't been raining for a while, it'd just have all kinds of trash down there.
Yeah, the trash.
And always a shame. But yeah, it's just.
And
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say. Now I know why the Filipinos always mention to me that everything looks so clean, like where I live, and the side of the road, the businesses.
Yeah.
Is here. There's basically trash all over, or trash bags, and
well, you know, it's part of the culture. I mean, at one time, the United States was filthy. Back when we first started industrialization, we polluted our land. We polluted the water. Matter of fact, in Ohio, the Hoochie Goochie or whatever, I'm trying to think of the name of the river, right there outside of Cleveland.
Is that dog too loud?
Huh?
Is that dog too loud?
No, I don't even hear it. But like I said, the river right outside of Cleveland, Ohio, was so polluted it caught fire.
Wow.
And so, like I said, you know, it took years and years of people finally, you know, having enough and asserting what they wanted to get things cleaned up. And so, yeah, like I said, yeah, I'm trying to think of the name of that river. But yeah, it was right there in Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio. That river caught fire.
Interesting.
Let me
Yeah,
do
but I said now I know why these people tell me everything's so clean. I
What was
really
the name
didn't.
of the river that caught fire? Chattahoochee. Cuyahooga. Chattahoochee River in Ohio, particularly the 1969 fire that gained national attention for its intense pollution, sparking environmental movements and leading to the major clean water legislation like the Clean Water Act and the creation of the EPA. It was so polluted with oil and industrial waste that it ignited, much to the dismay of the nation, who had actually burned several times before, notes Cleveland Historic and the Washington Post. But it was, yeah, like I said, yeah, it was
69
very
is
polluted.
relatively recent.
1969, yeah, like I said, yeah,
Yes.
we can't, that's what, 40 some years ago.
50, little
50 something,
50
yeah,
plus. But
about
that's
56 years. I was a teenager.
I wasn't even born, but yeah, that's recently.
Yeah,
That's recent. That's not.
I was a teenager in '69. I turned 16. So it depends on when the fire was, what month. I was either 15 or 16. So, like I said, I remember those in some places things being very polluted. But people finally got tired of it and complained enough that the government started cracking down and enforcing it. And that's what it takes. It takes the people themselves to say, "Hey, look, this has got to change." It's like what's going. I hate to do this because it's might be politically incorrect. It's like what's going on in some places right now about flooding. We won't say where,
Yeah.
But it's not just one country either. There's some other countries that have the same problems, I think. But it's not because it floods; it's because of what supposedly had been done that hasn't been done. And Tim, that could be part of the problem, but like I said, it's also part of just the culture. Nobody thinks anything about it. It's just like, and what it needs to be done, and it should be done. It's should be done here in the state, should be done everywhere. It should be the schools start teaching people, hey, you need to recycle and, and keep things clean and the reason for it, like how it's better for the environment, it's better for your health. If certain pollution gets into the water and stuff, it can make you sick.
Yeah.
There's certain pollution that can kill you. It can cause cancer and stuff. And so, you want to avoid all that stuff. I don't really like plastic bottles, but I prefer that over tin cans. I prefer glass bottles.
Yeah.
And that's me. I think it's better for the environment. That's just my opinion. I don't know if it is or not, but I think glass, because
glass they recycle. Yeah, they recycle it.
Yeah, well, see, they tell you not to reuse plastic bottles. Oh, unless they're designed for multiple purposes. Well, that means got to be something breaking down in it after you use it if you keep using it.
Yeah.
And you're right.
There is.
Tim says rat control is a good reason. You're right. That helps control rats. The less pollution and stuff and helps cut down on varmints and stuff like that.
Varmints.
So, yeah. And it helps cut down on diseases. It also helps cut down on diseases because rats carry diseases. So it just helps. It helps the environment. It helps your health. But you and I can't get involved in other countries. We can only worry about ours, and that's what I worry about. And like I said, there's what you got to look for if that kind of stuff really bothers you a lot. You got to look for the cleanest place you can find, like maybe Ilo. or Davao City. There are certain cities that seem to be cleaner, I think, in my opinion, than others. But
Dogs are playing.
that doesn't mean you're going to like the city better than the other city, because a lot of it has to do with the people. And but like I said, I'm going to Cebu City first. I want to get this taken care of, and so that's what I'll do there. But and it'll also give me the time to decide whether or not I like Cebu City, because I'll be there for, like I said, I plan on staying at least 3 months in Cebu, and because like I said, I want to get the dental work done. I also want to do what I call a staycation. I don't plan on living in the bubble. That's probably a little out of my. I could probably afford it, but then I wouldn't be able to do much. It would really cut into my ability to do other things.
Out of where? And what was that? Or I'm sorry, where was that?
I said I don't want to live in the bubble. The bubble's like IT Park, where it's a lot of expats and because it's more.
No, I heard province.
Well, no, I said I want to live
in the bubble. Yeah,
I want to live outside of the bubble in Cebu City. I still want a decent place, but there's decent places outside of the bubble. And then I want to do like a control, a staycation. Like I said, I reuse a lot of plastic, or I recycle most of my plastic. I got a bottle that I use that's plastic, but it's designed for long-term use. When I didn't have it, I reused other bottles myself. I would try to switch them out every so often. But like I said, I prefer glass. Just me. Like I said, I don't know if that's any better or not. I feel better about it.
Glass was used for the longest time.
Yeah.
Back home.
Yeah. Well, when I was a kid, when you went and bought root beer, before I ever worked at an A&W root beer, we used to buy A&W root beer all the time. And I see something wrong. I don't have my computer plugged in, so I think the computer's going to start to lose power, so I better plug it in.
Wow. Yeah. I don't know where Tim where he's at, but it was fresh this morning. I think maybe low to mid 70s. I don't know if it's the same over there in Papanga. I guess maybe because I'm further north than him. It's not cold because low 70s is still very much tolerable.
Oh, yeah, to us.
For me, it is, yeah.
I mean, the Filipinos, that's a little cool to them.
Yeah, because it was fresh. I woke up around midnight and turned off the fan.
Well, like I said, 70 is not hot. Don't get me wrong, but it's you don't need a jacket.
Well, it'd be more 60s.
Yeah, like I said, for most of it, for me, even in the 60s, I could walk around. Unless there's a cool breeze blowing, I can walk around in short sleeves.
Oh yeah.
Tim says it's cold here for him, but he's been there for years. Tim, believe me, once I get adjusted to the weather there, I'm with you. When I went to San Diego, California in the Navy, I would wear a light jacket in the 40s. Because that was about the coolest it usually got. Occasionally got down to the 30s. And I'm talking about during the winter, not. So San Diego was usually 60s or during the winter time, 60 to maybe 70 during the daytime.
Thank you.
And I get down in the 40s at night. I'd wear a light jacket. After I'd been there for a few years, I started wearing my pea coat. And if you know what a pea coat is, it's a very heavy coat. It's a winter coat. I started wearing it
in San Diego.
Yeah.
In San Diego.
Yeah.
But it's much colder in the Midwest than San Diego.
Yeah, but I've been there for years. I got
Mm,
used to the weather.
yeah.
So it started feeling cold to me. Because after you've been there a while, you adjust.
You acclimate to the environment there.
Yeah, you acclimate. And that's what Tim's done. He says it's cold here for him. But he's acclimated. He's been in the Philippines for over 8 years.
No, okay, yeah,
He's been there about 10 years or more.
he
So he's
became
acclimated
Filipino.
to the warmer weather. So the
Yeah,
70s would be cool to him.
because my friends over there in Laguna said it's cold. I said it's not. Oh, I told them it's not cold. It was the mid 70s, upper 70s, I believe.
Yeah, but like I said, for
And
them it would be cold. Yeah,
yeah, and then I
because
said, damn, humidity is bad. But then I live in South Texas, so I'm used to humidity. It can get
yeah.
much worse down there than here.
Well, when I lived in Indiana, we got a lot of humidity, more so than we get out here. I know when I
Yeah.
first moved out here during the summer months, the first couple of summers, I turned the air conditioner on twice. One time just to see if it worked. The first time I just turned it on to see if it would work because I hadn't used it. And there's only one time that I didn't have an air condition in the first couple of years I lived out here that I wish I did. And that's it. I mean, I lived in this one place in Leroy. This is before I lived in two places in Leroy. When I first time I lived in Leroy, I lived at the Royal Apartments. We had air conditioning. I turned it on once just to see if it worked. That was it. I used to during the summer months, instead of turning the air conditioner on, I just turned the fan on. You know, everybody was talking about how hot it was. Well, to me, it wasn't that hot. I'd open up a window and turn a fan on, and I was quite comfortable. And now it's hot to me.
Yeah.
I've been out here for years, you know. I remember my oldest sister and my brother-in-law came home one time in August, and they'd been out in New York for so long that they didn't have air conditioning in either one of their cars, because you know it was never hot to them, that hot, you know. Just you know, roll the windows down, or they had a lot of times they had a convertible, put the convertible top down, and you were quite well. You were very good. They didn't have air conditioning in their house. They lived on the top of a hill and had a nice breeze most of the time. So they just never thought about air conditioning until they came home in August one year. When I say home, I mean my home at that
Mm-hmm.
time. And after that, they went back and they bought a car with air conditioning, and they refused to have both. They had to have a car with air conditioning after that. They had to have at least one car with air conditioner, because whenever they came home, they wanted to make sure that if it was hot, that they could be comfortable. And so yeah, but yeah, like I said, you get acclimated, you forget what you left, and because it no longer applies, you got acclimated to where you're at. And if you don't go back to where you were from, you know, after a while, because like I said, they never came home in August. I forget what it was, but they had to come home 1 August, and I don't remember why it was. Uh, well, but they had to come home in August one year, and they went through that. I was like, that's it. From now on, we'll trade the oldest car in and get an air condition. And they'd always trade the older car in, and the newer car they wouldn't drive as much until they traded the old car in, because that one now became the newer car. They both worked, so they needed two cars. But I'm talking about when they traveled, the older one's the one they took. The newer one stayed home.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, now
Yes, Tim.
he worked in Rochester as an electrical engineer, and she worked at the prison as a school teacher
Well, okay.
one time, and then she worked other jobs besides that before that. So, outside of when the kids were young, and then she did this a lot. Once they both got in school, she substitute teach a lot until they went into college, or then she started working at the prison and doing other things. But she was a substitute teacher, so she had to have a car in case she got called to go to work. And the reason why she was a qualified school teacher. She had her degree in elementary education, and that was her bachelor. She ended up getting a master's, I think, in secondary education.
Oh.
But she substituted because this way, if the kids didn't have school that day, she didn't work, so she'd be home with them.
Yeah.
And if one of the kids got sick and they called her up, she'd say, "No, I can't come in. I got to stay home with whichever son was sick," because she had 2 boys. So that was a good job for her until they, like I said, went off to college. Then she went back and got her master's, and then she went back to teaching. And like I said, she taught in a prison for a while, and she taught GED on TV and some other things. So
That's nice.
yeah, now but that they made a decision that they were going to live on his paycheck. The house they bought was based on what he made, because that way she could stay home with the kids and not need a paycheck. And he made good money.
Yeah.
As an electrical engineer, he made good money. Now, they could have got a much bigger house. They could have got a much nicer home if they wanted. But like I said, that would have put a financial strain more on them that they decided they didn't want.
No.
They had a nice 4-bedroom home. They only needed 3, so they had an extra bedroom for guests. So yeah, they had a really nice house. It just,
The way I see it, $50,000 house is still going to give you the same amenities as a $300,000 house. There's no need.
Well,
Like for me, that's my opinion. I don't need that.
I can't say it's the same. I think it depends on where you're at and how well taken care of that $50,000 home was. If you're buying one that's run down, you got to put a whole lot of money into it. Maybe not. But if it's been well taken care of, in other words, something breaks, the roof leaks, they get it fixed right away, and you don't have to worry about mold and that kind of stuff, then you're right. You're absolutely right. You don't need that $300,000 home in certain areas. Some areas, that's a cheap home. It depends on where you live. You go to California, $300,000 home is not very expensive at all. That's a cheap home.
50, like in California, maybe a 50K is like a check.
50,000 might get you a garage.
Yeah, not much.
Maybe. I doubt it, but maybe.
Yes. Down here.
If you're farther inland, it'll get you more. Get away from the coast. If you're anywhere near that coast, $50,000 won't get you anything.
Nope.
So, like I said, location has a lot to do with it too.
Closer to like Nevada and towards the east side.
Like I said, I'm sure where I live, there's some homes that are not too bad for $50,000. But
I use that number as an example, but you can say
I'm just saying
70. Yeah,
it would be much older home than you wouldn't be getting a newer home for $50,000 around here, but you might get a decent home for 50. I have never looked because I've never been a homeowner and don't plan on buying one. But now back home where I'm from, you can get a decent home for $50,000. There again, it's not going to be a new one, but you can get a good one in the right areas.
Yeah.
But my part of Indiana is not the high-end part of Indiana. I mean, you go up to Indianapolis, it's going to cost you more. You go to some of the bigger, like Fort Wayne, Indianapolis, those areas will cost you more money. But I can go to places where you can get them a whole lot cheaper than $50,000 from where I'm from. Not my hometown, but in Indiana, you can get homes for a lot less than $50,000. Not going to be a whole lot. Believe me, or it's going to be in an area that's really run down. The house might be decent, but the area is going to be run down. And because there's a lot of poor towns in the state of Indiana, there really is. You go to southern Indiana, there's a lot of poor places. but it's just the way it is.
Ready for this, Larry? Next year,
What's that?
for the water.
Oh, is that the water thing? I'm used to
Or is
the.
that empty? You know how we got the 5-gallon jugs?
I see it says H2O on it now. Yeah, I'm used to
Yeah,
the
well,
big round blue jugs. What I'm used to.
yeah, well, this is what I've seen over. I don't know if they have those blue ones over there,
They
over here.
do. They have them there.
This is all I've seen.
Well, I've seen some of the places where they got the water dispenser that you can put it into and you draw
Yeah,
it out of it. But I can't say they're actually the big blue jugs like we have here, but they're similar.
I've never seen. I need to pay attention. But this is the only thing that I've seen.
Yeah. They have the dispenser itself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah, they got the regular similar.
well, you
Like
know
I
what?
said,
Yeah, I think they do. I think I've seen those where, but it's not. Well, I guess the richer people might have it.
well, you got to remember a lot of the videos I watch are expats and their
Yeah,
places they're living at.
I don't know what machine that is. Oh, you know what it is? It's like some kind of a tiller, probably for field.
Yeah, that's what
I
it
don't
looks
know.
like.
I'm too far away from it, but that's what it
I know,
looks
but
like.
I can see what you're talking about. I can see it,
It's
and
some
it
kind of
looks
a
to me
tiller.
like you would push down as the if they're using a caribou
Yeah.
or a oxen to pull it.
Well, I've seen
A horse.
that last time. I don't see any carabao
I'm
here.
just
I
saying,
see
though,
a cow.
you can push it yourself, put it
Yeah,
down, but it would be better if you had something pulling it as you're pushing it down. Hey, Glenda, how you doing?
yeah.
Thank you for coming.
He's going to the back. In the back where I was earlier, there's
Yeah,
I might follow. I might follow him that way.
yeah,
This neighbor here has a cow there. The neighbor, there's a cow behind here, but it's not theirs. And I believe this other neighbor here, I thought I saw 2 cows. Last time I was here, saw several carabao, but I don't see anything now. I wanted to walk you know how I like doing walking videos. I wanted to walk, and I asked, "Hey, is it okay to walk?" They told me no because too many stray dogs. There's too many
well,
dogs.
yeah. I'm afraid that but I
No
just
matter if I have the vaccine or not for the rabies, but I don't want to get bit. I don't want to say, okay, I took a vaccine, so it bite me. Don't want to do that.
yeah. Well, I have not checked into the vaccine yet. I'm thinking about checking into it.
I got it because it was the insurance covered it. It's
Well,
well for here it's 4 parts, 4 injections.
well,
I
I
don't.
don't think the insurance will cover because the VA doesn't give it. I
Oh
checked.
no,
Because if the VA
and
gave it, I would have it already, or I'd be taking it.
yeah, I
But
before I came here, I asked, okay, do you is this covered? Is that covered? And anything that was covered, I got it, and I got it years before also.
I got my what is it, hepatitis B shot or
I got
shots.
the Hep A, yeah, the A and B. I got those.
I'm immune to A. I've already had that shot. Now they don't have. I asked about a hepatitis C, and they don't have it. I would have
Oh,
took
okay.
that as well.
I'm gonna
Uh,
walk further away from the house. I don't know if the Wi-Fi will lose signal. If it does, then I'll come back.
but like I said,
See, there's a cow right there.
I'm looking at
Last
maybe.
time,
Yeah, I see the field.
last time they had the eggplant here.
Okay, I like
And I
it.
don't know if you can see in the back the mountains
Yeah,
behind all the trees.
above the trees. I can just barely see it.
It looks like a cloud,
Yeah, it looks like the cloud.
but it's not clouds. It's mountains.
Okay.
So that's closer. Damn, I'm gonna say that's Tarlac. Maybe well closer towards Tim.
Yeah.
But
So
that'd be
you said closer to Tim, so you're on Luzon?
yes. This is in Pangasinan.
Oh,
So because
I'm
you
sorry,
have,
I don't know the Philippines well enough.
yeah, you got Metro Manila, then you have Bulacan, Tarlac, Papanga, and then Pangasinan. And Tim is over there in
He's in
Papanga.
Angeles. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's
in
in
Angeles.
Papanga.
Like I said, I know the cities. I don't know your barangays. There's your Carabao or cow.
No, it's a cow.
Okay.
It's a cow. There's the Carabao has thicker horns,
Well, like I said, I just
and
Crystal says come
I,
over to Pangangas, Pangasinan, Sir Jerry.
yeah, that's Pangasinan.
Oh, that's where
That's where I'm at.
Crystal says come
That's where
over there. That's where
Crystal's
Crystal's
Adventure
at.
is from here.
Yeah, she
But
said come on
Crystal,
over.
yeah, Crystal's Adventure is like 2 hours away.
Yeah, she says come over.
Yeah. Now I'm going to later this week. I'm going to uh, Baguio.
Yeah, I I don't know if I want to go to Baguio. It's a
It's
place I would. Are you driving or are you flying?
Baguio. No, it's a bus ride.
Okay, because I wouldn't want to fly into there from what I hear. I guess
No,
that's
it's a
a
bus.
heroin landing.
Yeah, no, it's
And
just a bus.
I guess it depends on which way you go up by bus, how bad it is. I guess one way, which is the back way from Manila, which I think that's what you would be going the back way, is safer than going up from Manila, from my understanding. I'm talking about the roads. I
Yeah,
guess the one road up is pretty bad. So I wouldn't want to go. That's why I'm not sure if I'd want to go or not.
yeah.
And
Last time I was here,
Crystal says, see you in Baguio, Sir Jerry.
yeah, Crystal. I need to let them know. I'm going to at the end instead of going 2 days from now. I'm going at the end of the week. I need to message. I know it's Crystal and Anna May, and Crystal, Anna May, and Yen.
Okay. Like I said, Baguio would be nice to see during the heat of summer when it's really hot because it's cooler up there. And it's one of the
Yeah,
places, it's the only place I know of in the Philippines you can buy fresh strawberries.
yeah. Well, that one's in Lee. That strawberry ones are that town nearby.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's there in
Mm-hmm.
Baguio area. It's right there.
Yep, in that region.
And Baguio, from my understanding, is not that expensive to live.
Well, I heard the opposite.
I'm just saying that's what I've heard. So it
Yeah,
probably depends on where you're at, like any other city. You know, like
yeah,
I said in Cebu, you want to. Hannah, how you doing, Hannah Jenks? Thank you for coming. If you want to, in Cebu, if you want to live in the bubble, it's going to cost you a lot more money. I mean, I
yeah.
can get a one-bedroom apartment outside of Cebu for less than, outside of the bubble, than for less than what a condo would cost. A studio would cost me in the bubble.
Gee, a big difference. Yeah,
Yeah. Now I may not have a swimming pool and a gym, but I'm not going to use a swimming pool that much, and
I wouldn't even use that.
I doubt if I'd use a gym that much. But if I really want a gym, I could probably get the membership to a gym and the one-bedroom apartment cheaper than what that
Yeah,
studio would cost me.
yep,
Because you're paying for that convenience of that bubble.
yep.
That adds into your cost. And hey, Michelle Lee, how you doing, Michelle? Thanks for coming.
Not,
Michelle
not sure
Lifesaver.
what the. Oh, it's a water. Oh, hi, Michelle. I'm in Pangasinan now. Yesterday I met. 2 days ago I met Talks over in Laguna. Now I'm in Pangasinan.
Okay. But yeah,
But everything.
yeah.
I'm so far in the out in the province, the provincia. There's no jeeps here, no jeepneys. You have to take a trike, and a trike is a little expensive, or unless you have a motor bike.
Well, like I said,
But it,
I mentioned it that I do plan on getting the motorcycle endorsement because when I go, I don't know if I will ride one or not, but I want to be able to ride one legally. And
oh, Talks has a premiere.
yeah, we got Abby
Talks
G here as well.
Abby G.
Yep.
Well,
It says
Abby's
it's my birthday last 5 days, Sir Larry. Well, happy
happy
birthday,
belated.
Abby. I'm sorry that I missed it.
Yeah, Abby from Bulacan, I think. I like to say she's from Bulacan or QC. I always forget. I have it somewhere written down.
Now, Crystal wants to know where in PANGASINAN, Sir Jerry.
Where am I at?
Yeah.
In Pangasinan, I'm in Lingayen. I don't know, like Barangay, because this is only my second time here.
Yeah. And
So he's still in the dirt, the soil.
now
That's what that machine does.
Abby G, which is spelled GEE, is from Quezon City, QC.
Oh, from QC. Yeah, from QC. So she's not that far away from Taguig.
Like I said, you know the Philippines much as far as how should I say it? The geographical area of the Philippines much better than I do.
Only in that vicinity, a little bit. Of
Well,
course, I've
because
only been
you've been
here
there
4
for one
times.
thing, but I'm just saying though, I know different islands
Yeah.
and maybe the major city on some of those islands, but outside of that, I don't know much else. I don't really know the barangays.
Neither do I. I only know the one where I stay at.
But like I said, right now, Cebu City is where I'm planning on going. And then, like I said, let me do this here. This is one of the areas I want to check out.
It's Crystal. There looks like an avocado plant. I don't know. I might be wrong.
But it's right outside of Dumaguete.
No, it's not an avocado. Yeah.
But
And
like I said, it's Sibulan. I believe that's where the port for the ferries are at for Dumaguete. And
yeah.
it looks like it's a nice area. I've seen where people have been down by the ocean and the water looks really clear. From my understanding, it's a cheaper rent or less expensive rent, however you want to say it, than in Dumaguete City itself, which I'm sure would be less than Valencia, because Valencia's got a kind of a lot of expats like to go up there because of the cooler weather. I really do like that area as far as I want to go visit that area because of all the videos I've seen there, all the vloggers. Like in Valencia, I'm going to go where I can go up to Valencia on a Sunday. They have a Sunday market I really want to check out. So like I said, some of these areas I want to check out no matter where I decide to live. I may decide, hey, Cebu City is where I want to stay. I found my paradise, but I still want to go check these places out. And if I decide Cebu City isn't where I want to live, I want to check these places out and see if maybe there are somewhere I'd like to live. And
yeah.
So yeah, it just for me, it only makes sense to put some roots down in Cebu first for a few months, get myself acclimated into what some of the expats call a soft landing, because there's a lot of Filipinos and a lot of Western amenities in the whole city. I mean, so it's a soft landing and let you get yourself acclimated a little bit more to some of the culture. Because like I said, some other areas will be a little different. And like I said, I do want to get my dental work done. And they got good dental, they got good medical in Cebu City. So let's get there, get that kind of stuff taken care of. And then like I said, treat it like a staycation where I'll stay there and I'll take some short trips. And one of the trips may be to Dumaguete because it's only like by, I think by ferry, it's only a couple hours or so. If you take the fast ferry, if you fly, I think it's maybe like a 40-minute flight. Neither way is real expensive. Mem She, hello, how you doing? Thank you for coming. Let me check you out. I don't know who you are. Oh, wrong one. So we gotta go here.
I'll be here another 5 minutes, Terry, and then I'm gonna log off. Looks like Talks might be doing a premiere at 9:30, I think, our time, or Philippine time.
Okay.
And then I already ate breakfast. I had potato and egg. I'm a Westerner, so I'm eating very little rice. I don't need too much rice at home, so I don't eat a lot of rice here.
I don't eat a lot of rice, and one of the reasons I don't eat as much rice as I do, I should say, one of the reasons I don't eat more rice than what I do is because I'm diabetic, and rice is got a lot of carbohydrates. Although I could eat rice every day. I couldn't eat it 3 meals a day, but I can have rice every day.
No, I can't. I can't even do 2 meals.
I could probably do 2 as long as it wasn't every day, but I can have it every day for like either lunch or dinner. When I have it now, I got to fix very little. I got to eat a lot less than what I like. It's like when I fixed the Asian noodles.
Magandang umaga. Oh, how do I do it? Like this? How do I do it?
Do what?
My hand or her hand? Hold on, Larry. For me to do this, is I give my hand to her? Yes. Okay. No, but I wanted to bless her. It's like, right, it's her hand to me. But I wanted to bless her, not to me, because I'm younger.
You take her hand and put it to your forehead.
Okay, we did it right. Salamat.
Yeah.
Last time I did it the other way around. Okay. And I said, wait a minute, this is wrong. Yeah. Because I'm showing the sign of respect.
Give me a minute, Jerry. I got a new person here. Now, Mem She, thank you for coming. I gave you a monitor. If you want to advertise your channel, just type in 3 L's, and my Nightbot will drop your channel link. All right, Jerry. Go.
Yeah, I get my hand and bless to their forehead.
Okay, now is she older or younger?
No, she's older.
Okay, because I'm going to say it's supposed to be they're older.
Yeah, it's only older.
Yeah, and that's what I thought. But I just thought,
I get it wrong. I said, okay, I did it wrong yesterday, and I said, my apologies. I'm supposed to show you sign of respect.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do it right.
Okay. And
it's just the culture for me. Now, back in the States, we don't do any of that.
Yeah. But yeah, so always, we don't do that.
It's always your hand to their forehead to sign of respect to them.
Yeah, sign of respect to them is you take their hand and put it to your forehead.
Okay.
Yeah, because
their hand to your forehead.
Their hand to your forehead.
Yep. Okay.
From my understanding, that's the way it works. Am I right?
Yeah.
People?
Yesterday, I met the barangay captain here, and he had told me he said he went to Indiana. I forgot what city he was in Indiana briefly, but he was also in Lubbock, Texas, and San Angelo, Texas. One place in Mississippi, I think. But they had a fiesta, not a fiesta, feria, like a bingo night thing last night. And they were doing a bingo not too far away from here, maybe 1/8 of a mile. So it's just very close.
Okay. You said he was in Indiana. Did he happen to mention maybe a college that was in that town?
Oh, not the college. He went, I think, on a trip there.
Okay.
He went to some cottages here in Texas, in Lubbock and San Angelo.
I'm going to say if you could tell me the college, I might be able to tell you the city.
Yeah, no, he did. He mentioned the city, but I forgot. He didn't say mention the college. He did mention the
Okay.
colleges here in Texas.
Well, that's because you're from
So,
Texas. That's why you would do that.
correct.
So
And
I understand
because he
why. I
mentioned,
understand.
yeah, he asked where are you from, and I said, oh, from Texas.
Like I said, it makes more sense that he mentioned the colleges in Texas than Indiana.
Yeah, but he did mention Indiana, and then he mentioned, I believe, in Mississippi. But
Okay, like I
yeah,
said, I mean, you got IU in Bloomington, you got Purdue in Lafayette, actually in West Lafayette. You got Indiana State in Terre Haute. You got Ball State in Muncie. You got uh, Evansville is. I'm trying to think of their name there.
now we got plenty of cottages here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got quite a few. We got like 11 Division A1 schools in Indiana, I believe, in basketball. Not all of them are in football, but in basketball we got
Yeah.
11 Division 1As. Indiana State happens to
Now,
be one of them. That's my hometown. That's where Larry Bird played his college ball.
okay.
And
Now it's getting humid, Larry.
all right,
It's not extremely humid, but now it's the same as when I'm walking down there by the park,
yeah,
and around the 9, 10 a.m. hour, you can
yeah.
start
Well,
feeling the humidity.
that's what's going to probably take me the most to get used to is humidity. Like I said,
You know,
back in
yeah,
Indiana,
because
we got very humid in July and August. We get humid. We don't get that humid out here.
yeah, no, I tell them August, especially August, said God is so hot, so humid.
I
It's,
know me well enough to know that I'll either be an early morning person to get out, which is unlikely, or a
hmm,
late afternoon.
yeah, more like late afternoon, I guess.
Yeah. Well, that's also because that's early morning for you
Yeah,
until you switch over. And that's why I'm thinking it might be early morning for me because then it would be late afternoon for me.
took me
And
a day. Yeah, for me a day, Tuesday, to get adjusted with a jet lag.
yeah. Well,
But
like I said, when I went to China back in '99, I had no trouble adjusting in China. It was boom. A good night's sleep and I was ready to go. But when I came back to the States, it took, oh, I'll tell you the truth, I never really truly got over it until I got my CPAP. It
mm,
was a very rough, because, I was, like I said, I was there for 3 weeks. And it's probably just an accumulation of going over there and coming back. And it really didn't hit me hard until I got back. And, uh, and like I said, and with my sleep apnea, I didn't get a good night's sleep any night of the week. Uh, I would, in a 10-hour sleep, for me, before I got the machine, if I slept for 10 hours, it'd be like you sleeping for two. Try that days on end for months. Okay. And that's how bad it was for me when I got back. It was, I might have got 2 hours sleep in 10 hours. I mean, what you would consider restful sleep. And that happened for a couple months. I mean, I was falling asleep drinking coffee. I'd sit down and watch TV. I'd go right to sleep. Uh, so yeah, I had a very rough time getting acclimated back because even before I went, I had a rough time. Like I said, I would sleep for 10 hours and I'd still be tired, and so it was just
see
something
that?
that yeah, barbecue, banana
No, but
ketchup,
the banana
banana
ketchup.
ketchup. Yeah,
Yeah.
I noticed that after I noticed the banana cue. When you put
Yes.
it down a little bit farther, I could see the ketchup. Then I saw the banana.
Yes. Like so unique. They wouldn't like the tomato, the barbecue sauce because maybe the acidic. I don't know.
Yeah, and yes, Tim, I have sleep apnea. I have a machine that I use, so I'll have to bring that over. I'll have a converter, and then when that goes bad, I'll get a new machine. I'll have to pay for it. So that's one of the things I got to consider. I'll have to get a new machine that's actually made for the power in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna to have a place that has a backup generator at night. I can sleep sitting in a chair. I don't sleep as well as using the machine, but it's better than laying down trying to sleep if my machine doesn't work. I get more rest sitting like in a recliner, uh, or sitting up in bed and leaning back against, making a comfortable area where I can lean back and go to sleep. I you sleep better that way than laying down without the machine. Uh, so yeah, sleep apnea is where you quit breathing. In case those of you don't know, sleep apnea, you stop breathing, and then you start. The only people that, if you don't snore, you don't have sleep apnea. Uh, Only people that snore will get it, but everybody that snores doesn't have it. Most of us are overweight white males, but you can be thin, you can be female, and you can be a different race and still get it. Just the majority of us are overweight white males. If Tim, you might know who Reggie White is, was the football player, black guy. He had it. He died from complications because he wouldn't use a machine.
Oh, stubbornness there.
Yeah, because it can cause heart trouble. It can cause a lot of problems if you don't treat it. And so that's why, like I said, I use my CPAP religiously.
Yeah.
And now I got a sister, overweight white female, who has it. One of them still living. It's the older one, and she uses a machine. But sometimes she'll wake up and she'll go into the living room and sit in her recliner and go to sleep. And then later on, she might get up and go back to bed and use the machine again. But like I said, if you have a recliner, you can sleep sitting up. You just got to make sure you get comfortable and you can go to sleep. For me to sleep in the recliner, I have to really be tired. It was easier for her to sleep in the recliner than it is for me. But if the power's out, I'm going to get tired enough, I'll sleep. But so yeah, it's one of the physical disabilities I have, or physical limitations I have. I will have to use a CPAP. I will have to carry a converter, a power converter. I bought one. So I'll have to carry that with me. I'm thinking about buying a second one. But I got at least one converter. And I may buy more than one. Because not all your things will take, 220 or 210 or whatever it is, 110 to whatever it is. I can convert that down to 110. They sell those. You can buy them off of Amazon. I think you can buy them probably off of Shopee and what's the other one over there?
Lazada. Lazada is the other one.
Lazada, yeah. You can probably buy them off of them too. But
yeah.
I don't want to wait on one to get there. Because, like I said, I need my CPAP. So I'm taking at least one with me. I may buy a second one, so I'm spending a lot of money on getting stuff to go. And thanks, Michelle. She got Lazada and Shopee down for us.
Yep.
And Amazon is the American version. Now I don't know who came first, whether it was Amazon. My understanding, Amazon was first, but that's all right. Doesn't matter. They're basically about the same thing.
Same thing, different
products
countries.
And they have it delivered to you. A lot of times, it's less expensive than going to the store and buying it, or it's easier. Stuff that's hard to find, you can find on there.
Yeah, even the source, you can find those products.
Yeah, a lot of times you can find products on there that you can't find local.
Yep, you can't find it at the store.
Well, I use a K-Cup. I got a Keurig machine, K-Cup coffee.
Yeah.
And I use the refillable K-Cup things. And you can't find the filters for those in the stores, but you can buy them through Amazon. Occasionally, you'll find the filter, the hard plastic part that you reuse. Occasionally you can find those, but the filter that goes into it.
I'm going to log off,
Yeah. All
Larry,
right.
because Talk should be going doing a premiere here
Well, tell her
shortly.
hi. Tell her hi.
Yeah, if she's there, she's not always in her premieres, but I'll say hi if I see her there in the premiere.
All right. And
And
you
so
enjoy the rest of
everybody,
your trip. And if you're around next week, come on up again. You know how to do it now.
yeah, where am I going to be next week? I should be back in Laguna, I believe.
Yeah. Well, wherever you're at, if you got the
Yeah.
time, come up. If not, well, drop in and say hi.
Oh, that's Sunday because I keep on forgetting. Okay, Saturday night.
Yes.
It's Sunday here.
Sunday morning there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
And
I'm
gonna
wherever
tell
I'm
you
at, and as long as I have internet, then I can always come back.
yeah. I'm gonna tell you the truth. When I move there, I'll probably start doing mine on Sunday morning there, and it'll be Saturday evening here.
Yeah.
So try to keep everything the same at least for a while.
Same format.
Yeah. Well, the same time frame. And the same format.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same everything.
Yeah. It throws everything throws me off. Okay, I'm thinking. Okay,
Believe me, I'll have to set the alarm.
yeah.
I may not. I mean, when I first get there, I may not have to do it. But to get up in time to do it, I may have to set my alarm. Because right now I don't. I mean, because I got up this morning. Well, I woke up earlier, but I didn't get up out of bed till 9 o'clock or later.
I was awake by 3.
I woke up around 5. But I'll tell you what.
All right. So
being that you're going to step down, I think I'll go ahead and end this one. So I want to thank you for coming up.
And we all see you.
I want to thank everybody for coming. And we'll see you next weekend if you guys can make it. And remember now to be kind to each other. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Plus, as always, try to have fun.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see you all.
All right, Jerry. Take care, man.
Thank you. Likewise.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.